Was there any moment that you laughed so hard that you can do a thing on set?
I love those. I love to. I crack up once every 20 years, so I was due. But you know that doesn't happen to me often. But I love it when that happens. When you get into a fit and you really can't have it.
Laughter. I get that a lot.
You do?
Yeah. I get it a lot. It's particularly when I just can't say a line right. But the more you try and do it, it really gets to me.
I like the outtakes. I like those outtakes where somebody cracks up. They don't do that much anymore, which I'm glad of. I think they should have stopped it after Being There. Peter Sellers, at the end of Being There, one of my favorite movies, has a great bunch of funny outtakes after the thing. It's hilarious. I think they should have stopped it after that. Smoking the Bandit, none of those. Forget it. I think there's a moratorium. But I do like to see them. A guilty pleasure.
Blue.
Actors breaking up, yeah. Amy Schumer, I like that Amy Schumer show, and she always includes a kind of a breakup blooper.
I spent 20 years trying to get us ready for this. They're coming back.
不管1996年你出生了没 ，ID4 星际终结者的威力，就算还没来得及在戏院中体会，在电视、DVD 等一定都没错过。当年创下8亿1740万美金的全球票房，成为当年 No.1， 续集大家会这么期待，真的不是没来由的。
It took you 3 months to write the first one and 20 years for this one. And why did it take so long?
Well, the first one, I was in a race with time. Because we had to kind of beat some other film which had a similar subject matter. And when that movie was so successful, I kind of actually used that success to make a lot of movies I always wanted to make. And I also not like a big fan of sequels. So it was like kind of really interesting how then all of a sudden, you know, I felt, you know, I could do another part of it, but it was for me clear it had to be, you know, like a continuation, not like a classic sequel. Because a classic sequel, everything happens again, but in this one it's a little bit different. It's you know, it's a different story. And that was like kind of interesting for me.
Have you ever gone back to the beach you wrote the first one?
The beach?
Yeah, you wrote the first one in
Mexico,
right?
We actually wrote it in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah. Did you go back to
Oh yes, I actually bought a house there.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yes, I bought a house there and it's still there.
We will not go quietly into the night. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
And I just learned that the screenwriter wrote the speech scene only 5 minutes.
Yes, I mean, Dean at that time, you know, wrote, you know, like we said, okay, so like now the president has to hold a speech, and he kind of said, okay, let me try something, you know, and then he came back and I said, and I read it and I said, this is pretty good, you know. And he said, like, well, we write it later, and it was never rewritten, and it's became one of the most famous film speeches ever.
Take your positions. We don't have a second to lose.
What's the biggest difference from the first one to this one? Like the explosion, you may use the miniature, and this one with CGI.
Yeah, I mean the technology is totally, absolutely different. I mean it's everything in Independence Day Resurgence is computer generated, and it's actually I think computer graphics are now in a you know. Are so good, you can do pretty much everything. You know, if you have the time and the money.
Do you miss the old way?
A little bit sometimes, because it was like kind of. It was more like it was great. Always like walking into a stage, and they were like kind of. Let's say there was a New York model, or there was. I mean, the White House actually we built on the outside because it was too big, and we had to do a huge explosion, so we built it outside the stage. But it was, I miss it sometimes, but also I have to say it's so much more satisfying when you can start with a shot and then like keep working on it and working it and working it and give all your notes and notes and notes, and you see it becoming better and better.
how long did you plan for the gravity Earth's destruction scene?
Well, that was actually just the first idea I had, you know. There was not a real story yet. I just said in this movie, you know, the mothership should come to Earth and be so big that it's like kind of spans the Atlantic Ocean. And that like naturally comes with a lot of like kind of, you know, like effects on Earth.
Was it the most difficult scene?
No.
So
No.
which one is?
I think the most difficult scenes, you know, were the scenes where you have actors, you know, there's only blue screen. There's, for example, when they're like kind of go on the landing platform, the young pilots, and steal alien fighters. There was nothing there. There was only blue. And that is like very, very difficult for a director to do everything. You have to explain everything. Nobody knows what direction anymore because it's all in your head. So you have to kind of do a lot of talking.
So is there a day or two that you will always remember from making this movie?
I mean, there's always like in every movie that is like kind of pivotal moments where you like say, oh my God, that was like great, or that was like really difficult. I mean, the greatest was probably the first time I saw like kind of Jeff Goldblum and Liam Hemsworth work together, and I realized how good a chemistry they had. Because it's very rare in a way that you cannot test them together. It's impossible. But then when you like kind of see them work together and they work great, then you're like so relieved. And the worst was like kind of when every time we went outside, there was always a windstorm. Because like nobody told us that like kind of New Mexico there's like windstorms, and here we are.
But the weather seems so perfect.
Yeah, but it's like kind of when there's like the dust blowing around your face. It's like it was miserable. It was miserable.
Okay, and I know you have been asked about the Will Smith thing about 100 times, but everyone's curious.
Times,
yeah.
a million times.
So
and Will too. We like always commiserate about that. I said, what are you saying? I said, like, whatever. It's like.
So did he call you during shooting, or?
Yeah, I like actually talked once or twice during shooting. Just wanted to know how is it going.
So if there is a sequel, would you call him back?
Well, he's like kind of now dead in that universe, you know. I wouldn't ever like kind of bring him back, and I think he didn't want to come back. It's just like we have now like a new generation, and if there's a next film, it will be we will go with this new generation out into space and meet other like kind of people who got you know, who got like in trouble with these big guys, and you know, they have to lead the resistance in a way. Hi Taiwan, I hope you go and see Independence Day Resurgence. It's a lot of fun.
Can you finally say hi to Taiwan and maybe sing a little bit jazz version of IDR's theme song?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Hi.
No, sorry.
Hi, Taiwan. This is
Hi,
Jeff Goldblum.
Taiwan.
Independence Day. We must find a way to get these bad aliens off our planet.
Perfect.
Thank you. Hold on!
Three, two, one. Great.
Hope you can come to Taiwan one day. We have dinosaur and aliens there. You can go to land.
I want to go.
Yes.
I'm
please.
coming. I'm coming.
Okay. No problem. See you.
Thank you. Suddenly, popcorn is Jeff Goldblum. Hello. Oh, and if you feel like, come see IDR or Independence Day Resurgence. Good movie. You liked it.
Yes.
Yeah, good movie. There you go.
好幸福啊！虽然现在
在雪梨的气温只有15度，看到小编穿短袖已经快冷死了。不过刚刚大家有看到我们跟杰夫高布伦的互动，真的是太可爱了。因为今天本来专访的时候啊，我们都有被耳提面命说不可以跟他拍照，所以我们就其实都忍住，就没想到他突然出现在我们休息的地方，然后跟大家每个人这样那么亲切的拍照，连工作人员都有哦，超赞的。所以呢，希望大家会喜欢这部电影，也希望大家喜欢我们的专访。下次还有什么精彩的大明星会出现在爆米花电影院？你看我都语无伦次了。下次见喽，拜拜。